Hello, my zebras and spoonies. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me today. I am glad that you are here. Today, I want to talk about some things that you can do to help keep a romantic relationship going despite being stressed by one or both partners having a chronic illness. A lot of this advice is just how I personally think good relationships work, regardless if there's a chronic illness involved or not. First thing is to have clear boundaries. Never assume your partner knows where your boundaries are until you have clearly drawn them out. When we assume that the other person knows what we need or what we want from them, we will end up getting into conflicts and having hurt feelings. Doesn't matter how long you've been in a relationship, how well you know someone, or how much you love them. You will never be able to read their mind, and they will never be able to read yours. So you just need to voice the things that you need. So the second thing is that you need to spend time with your buddies. When we have chronic illness, it is easy to allow our social circle to shrink until it becomes no one but that special partner. But the thing is that there is no way that one person is going to be able to meet all of your emotional needs all of the time. That's just an unfair expectation, and it's likely to lead to them burning out. Even if you are housebound, you can make friends by joining online communities, and you really should. Three, remind them that you love them. Make sure that you are telling your partner that you love them, not just with your words, but with your actions too. Small gestures that don't require a lot of spoons can really go a long way. Write your partner a short love note and drop it in their lunchbox. Send them memes to make them smile. Use please and thank you. Pay attention to things they like and get them small presents. Four, compromise. 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 It is important for both partners in a relationship to compromise. But that means that both people are getting some of what they want some of the time. So if you watch your show tonight, you should be able to watch their show tomorrow. Even better if you can find shows that you both enjoy. Make sure that you are meeting each other in the middle rather than always landing on one person's shore. Number 5, find a support group. There is nothing wrong with telling your partner about the things that are going on in your life, but be careful to make sure that you aren't using your partner as a support group. Having chronic illness comes with a lot of emotional baggage, and that requires a lot of emotional work. The thing is that it's not our partner's job to help us work through all of that baggage. Expecting them to do that is likely to lead them to burn out. Instead, find a support group or get a therapist. Even better, do both. This will help keep you from dumping all of your emotional stuff into your partner's lap. 6, shut up and listen. When you have a chronic illness, it is easy to become the focus of the relationship. But that's not how good, healthy relationships work. They need to be two-way, equal back and forth. What that will look like is different in every relationship, but what's essential here is that you make sure that you are paying attention to what your partner needs too. Remember that regardless of what you are going through, they are going through things too. It is difficult to have chronic illness, but it's also difficult to watch someone you love suffer because of chronic illness. Every time you have a bad day, they do too. That's how loving someone works. So be sure to check in with your partner to see how they're doing. 7, have difficult conversations. A lot of the things that we deal with in our relationships and our relationship chronic illness gives us weird hangups that we then project onto our partners. We feel useless because we haven't been able to help with housework due to fatigue and pain. Then we project and believe that our partner also feels that we are useless. We see our scars as ugly and project that onto our partners, assuming that they no longer find us attractive. Projecting and assuming are dangerous games. They allow our insecurities to determine our relationships. The only way to combat this is to have the difficult conversations that our partners and to confront them about how they feel. The challenge then becomes to accept whatever answer they give us, regardless of what answer they give us. 8, you are lovable. Remind yourself that you are lovable, regardless of what illness you have or what care needs you have. You are worthy of love. Sometimes we sabotage our own relationships because we can't make ourselves believe that this other person could value us when we see ourselves as broken or useless. Don't listen to this evil little imp. He is lying to you. 9, maintain your sense of humor. When you have chronic illness, strange and awkward situations will find their way into your life on the regular. They do, whether you have chronic illness or not. They will often be embarrassing, and you will wish that they were moments that no one else shared. Name your scars, give your body parts sound effects, or give your partner a code name for this crazy mission that you're on together. Be sure that you laugh together about all the stressful and unexpected things that are happening in your life. 10, don't ignore the elephant in the room. Relationships are hard work and they're messy. Things never go exactly the way that we plan, and we never end up quite where we aim for. But having chronic illnesses doesn't need to be a wedge that divides you. It can be something that brings you closer. But you can't let your chronic illness be the elephant in the room that you never talk about beyond day-to-day functioning level. So here are some questions that you can ask your partner, to open the door for conversation. What do you think is the most difficult thing about having chronic illness? What are your biggest worries for the future? How do you feel when I am having a flare? And then the last thing that I think that you can work on is be more than your illness. If your relationship is going to work, you need to make sure that you are having moments that are beyond your illness. You need to make sure that you're doing things together that have nothing to do with your illnesses. Read a book together, go for a walk, watch movies, play video games. It doesn't matter what it is. But when you're doing that thing together, you need to do your best to not talk about your illness either. There needs to be a time and a space that your illness doesn't touch, because you're not your illness. So don't let it have access to everything in your life. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me today. Until we see each other again, you guys take care of yourself. Bye.